Hello, friends. Good evening. My name is Shiv, and we are going to start up a course of Prince 2 Foundation. We will start with the introductory lesson today, that's the lesson 1, and going forward, we will continue with the further lessons. So, let's start. In Prince 2, project is defined as temporary organization and that is created to deliver a business output or service or product. It is temporary because it has a definite start and end date. Projects are different from operations, that is, business as usual stuff, that is, the day-to-day tasks. Example, in IT, a development of a new product such as SAP next version, Windows next version, etc. are projects. However, day-to-day support activities such as installing OS on a laptop or desktop or installing latest antivirus patch on all office computers is operations. Similarly, in construction, construction of an apartment is a project. However, regular maintenance of the apartment, that is, cleaning the premises, checking for crack, leaks, etc., comes under operations. In banking, again the similar case, the launch of mobile banking is a project. However, the day-to-day activities like ATM transactions, reconciliation at the end of the day, POS swipes reconciliation, minimum balance checks, etc. are operational tasks. And why it is known as organization? Uh, because as such, as like an organization, a group of people working together to achieve a common goal or objective is known as an organization in general as well, and also in the case of a project. So that is the reason it is defined as a temporary organization that is created to deliver a business output or service or product. Now, why projects are started in an organization? So there are multiple reasons. We'll discuss few of them. The first one is to meet regulations or laws. It is to address market demands and needs due to internal measures and to leverage product or technological enhancements. Now let's discuss the first point, that is to meet regulations or laws. For example, in banking, the government have mandated two-factor authentication for all POS debit or credit card swaps, that is PIN plus SMS. So if you are a bank or a POS machine manufacturer or POS software provider, you must comply with the same. Similarly, in the next, that is to address market demands and needs. For example, a new highway project is launched in a city. So many construction projects will have to come up or is coming up near that particular highway where the highway project is launched. So this is to address the market demands and needs. Moving ahead, next point is due to internal measures. Increase in CSAT survey, merger of another company. For example, Samsung has to fix the Note 7 battery explosion issue, and for that, a project has to start off. Next point is to leverage product or technological enhancements. For example, in a 100-year-old organization, an automobile company, most applications run on mainframes. Now they have to upgrade all these mainframe map into latest technologies such as J2EE or .NET or smartphone enabled, etc. And for that, they have to start off a project. Now, what is the definition of a project in Prince2? As discussed in previous slides as well. In Prince2, project is defined as a temporary organization that is created to deliver a business output or service or product. There are five common characteristics of every project. These five common characteristics are change, cross-functional, temporary, uncertainty, and unique. Let's discuss the first point, change. A project introduces change in ways of working when compared to earlier, new processes, new tools and technologies, etc. Change is seen disruptive by majority of stakeholders, so must be introduced carefully. You have to be very careful as any kind of change may bring some kind of disruption. Next point is cross-functional. The projects involve a lot of people, both internal and external to the organization, and there would be multiple stakeholders in a project whose needs must be met. These stakeholders can come from multiple departments, across the geographies, etc. And again, like this is all also a characteristic of a project, uh, but it is temporary in nature. Every project has a definite start and end dates. Next point is uncertainty, risks. That is the uncertain event. If they occur, they can impact the project. For example, external regulations. Again, like for example, Donald Trump is the new U.S. president. So Donald Trump banning U.S. government projects to be outsourced. If this happens, again, that will be the uncertainty, and the project will be impacted. GST introduction in India, or currency fluctuation, Brexit, etc. Uh, Uncertainty can also happen due to internal uh, regulations. For example, stakeholders, dynamics, politics, internal politics, change in leadership or employee attrition, etc. The last point for the characteristic is unique. The final deliverable or end product of every project is unique. Now, next point to discuss is programs and projects difference. Programs are group of related projects executed together. Program management is coordination of multiple projects together. Program team operates outside the project. Program team operates outside the project. For example, space program for ISRO, that is Indian Space Research Organization, multiple satellite launches, and each launch is a project. Altogether is a program, that is a space program, but each launch is a project. Uh, Development of new engines is a program. However, each engine development will be a project. Uh, I'll take another example, that is example 2, that is ERP rollout for a global manufacturing company. This is a program. Now, the first project will be for Asia Pacific region, launch and rollout. Next project will be for North America region, launch and rollout. Another project will be for the European region, launch and rollout. What are Prince2 methodologies? In Prince2, project management framework can be used for any industry and any domain. Prince2 stands for Projects in Controlled Environment. Controlled environment are the organizations where your project is executed, or the workspace or office where your project is executed. Every Prince2 project operates in a customer supply engagement where customer is the organization that is having a business need, or objective to be fulfilled, and supplier can be internal or external, provides specialist resource to deliver the project output. For example, in IT department setting up a portal for all employees to post their family photos, events, etc. This is internal, and external would be Infosys organization, for example, implementing core banking project using Finacle for a bank. What are out of scope in Prince? Specialist methods. Prince2 doesn't provide guidance or technical aspects, that is, how to develop the project output. For example, Prince2 can be used to send a rocket to Mars, but Prince2 doesn't know how a rocket flies, when it should go to Mars, etc. Prince2 can be used to roll out a new software patch in IT operations, but it won't tell you which activities technically should be carried out first, second, or third, etc. Tools and techniques. Prince2 doesn't recommend any tools and techniques. However, parallelly, when we compare it with PMP, it does over 100. And Prince2 doesn't recommend the estimation technique, scheduling techniques, etc. as well. As a project manager in Prince2, we'll end up using a lot of tools and technologies, example MS Project, CPM, Excel, but there is no particular recommendation from Prince2, unlike in a PMP. Leadership qualities in Prince2 is for project management. In its structure, most decisions are taken by project board and not manager. Decision making is leadership. Implementing decision is management. So project manager mostly implements decision, so no leadership in Prince2 project management. Going ahead in the next lesson, we will focus on objectives of project management, structure of Prince2 and principles. Thank you.